Okay, we're just gonna jump right in here, people. We're gonna get all this banter on. You got GarageBand going, Fatty?
Let's fucking go.
Thank the light, everybody! I am the Winter Dragon, and this is my wolf brother,
Billy Zane. Be healed, dragon. We're gonna have some fun because my wife, we watched it with Lisa last night. She's like, "Is this supposed to be good?" And I'm like, "No, it's not." Like, we're kind of making fun of this, and I'm like, "It's good because like me and Jeremy, like it's good because we're like, oh my god, a TV show about this," and then we're like, oh god,
oh dear God, a TV show about this.
I love people commenting when they hate the show. They're like, oh, this doesn't look so bad now, does it? It's like, yeah, it's still shitty, and the show's way fucking better. You're an asshole.
Yes. And as you have heard, we have a third party. He was partially Jesus Christ. This is going to be a great episode.
The last commentaries of the season, bro.
I have daddy brain all over today.
The good news is you get to edit everything. So
yes, exactly. So I can blab on all I want and just cut it all out. Anyways, Justin mentioned him, but officially, Cousin Jeremy is joining us again for the first time in 12 episodes, 15 episodes, something like that.
Many a fortnight, if you will.
yeah, I've listened to them all.
We're gonna put him on the spot right away.
What, guys, I will say this: he has listened into every single fucking episode. I text him, "Hey, what'd you think? I fucking loved it. Do it."
Yes.
Sometimes he doesn't have to. Sometimes I text him already and say like, "Hey, that tattoo, don't worry about it. I'll pay for the tattoo."
He's like, "What?"
And he goes, "What tattoo?" I go back and listen to the episode. You
did you not remember what you say? I'm like, "No, I don't." My wife's like, "Oh, I'm in on that too. You fucked up." She's like, "I'll kick in."
We're gonna get Matt tattooed right on his ass.
Tramp stamp Matt face.
So where have you been with the show, the series, the books? What have you been doing Wheel of Time wise to keep yourself busy these last couple months, Jeremy?
Oh, what have I? Basically, I've been listening to this show.
Woohoo!
I have gone back and I've kind of gone over some of my favorite stuff that's in the books. You know, just looking forward to what's going to be coming in the next season. Maybe looking forward to it. Maybe being horribly disappointed.
You're dead to me.
Do you pick up a book and plow through it in a week, or do you just read chapters that you love?
So yes, I can, and I have, but I haven't. No, you know what? I went back and I read New Spring again, because I think I read that. That's probably the only book of the whole series that I've only read one time. And
same here.
Yeah.
I need to go read it.
Yeah, and so I went through that, and I don't even think I finished it. I probably got halfway through it, but yeah, so I did that. But yeah, man, and then just kind of keeping up on some of the stories, some of the stuff. Justin likes to send me stuff, like casting and things like that, and seeing where they're at, and seeing if my predictions are all going to come true or none of them are going to come true.
I can't wait for that. That's actually kind of the funnest part about it. It's like, what will I get right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was so wrong, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. Or it was, oh, yeah, I was so right, and it was horrible.
I'll kill you.
Are you coming to terms with the fact that the show is going to be what it is?
Oh yeah, totally.
And you're just you can just if it hits the notes you want it to hit, great. If it goes a different direction, whatever. You've already read the books, so
exactly. And listen, sometimes I make a commitment that I'm going to watch something. I watched like all 10 seasons of Smallville. By the end, I was like, I have no idea why I'm still watching this. There's no reason for watching this. These are all terrible.
You know what mine was like, I just have to fucking see how it ends. Like, I wasn't hate watching it, but like, I wasn't loving it either. Was The 100.
Okay.
That was the last show that I was just like.
I wasn't hate watching it. If you have to say you weren't hate watching it, you might have been hate watching it.
Well, because the overarching story was awesome.
Oh, okay.
But the individual episodes were like, But it was a great big, large premise. So I was hoping to revisit the end of Eye of the World before we had this conversation. I have finished Eye of the World, but it's, there's a lot going on in the end of that book. I did re-listen to the prologue a couple times before this episode, since that is verbatim what Winter Dragon is.
Yes.
So what have you been up to, Justin?
Just working, man. Trying to live not lose my mind. I've still been dealing with some COVID. Like, if like it's like my stoner brain. I've never had like stoner space out moments, but since I got COVID, it's like, Lisa, are you listening to me? I'll be like, I was trying. I swear I'm not being rude. It just you kind of just fucking just space out, and then it's like, oh.
I've heard that's real. Kelly's dad said that. He's like, the COVID fog is for real.
Well, and it doesn't hit you unless you're a little tired already. Like I do pretty good, and then it's like fucking sundowners or something. The sun starts to go down. It's like shit. I don't know if it's like, you just start getting super spacey. I've been like saying I'll be like, pass me the cheese, and I meant to say bread or something. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm like, fuck, I think I have a brain tumor or something. Jesus.
For those of you that don't know, we are your true source, the purest light, your companion cast, a warder, if you will, for this journey through Wheel of Time. And we are going to take it back, people. What the fuck are we doing today, Justin?
We're going to laugh at Winter Dragon, probably. Everybody's done it anybody who's a content creator has done a watch of this or a rewatch and a reaction to this. Mostly we're just going to watch it. Figure me and Jeremy will talk about how excited I was when I think I didn't hear about it until like years after, because it was like it wasn't publicized. They released it at like 2 a.m. on FX.
I recorded it.
What?
I recorded it and watched it. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a nerd and you don't do any drugs ever.
To be fair though, I do that with anything that Billy Zane does. So.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, you know what's funny? Okay. What I just gotta say, like, you guys have seen Tombstone, right?
Of course.
I think I've said this before. He's not quite as like garish, but he really reminds me of his character in that movie because he's like a stage actor, and which really makes me want to like, God, if we can get a Billy Zane cameo as a Gleeman, like reciting the Carithian cycle, like the prophecies of the dragon, I would have the biggest nerd boner ever.
That is brilliant.
Dude, if he doesn't show up somewhere.
On the day the dragon made Dragon Mount.
That would be outstanding.
I was there. I am Ishmael. I played Ishmael once in a stage show.
Billy Zane will always be Match from Back to the Future to me.
Oh, God. You know what? Lisa made me watch this movie with him and Nicole Kidman, and he's on a boat.
Oh yes. Yeah. It's called Dead
Calm. I'll never see him as anything but a
he's
fucking
great.
Creepy rapist. Yeah, he's terrifying in that movie. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, Dead Calm is a great movie.
He plays a good bad guy. Well, not so good in this, but actually I love him in this because I love it. Every time I smile when he does his little like Shakespearean you light blinded fool. It's gonna get good, dude. It's gonna get real good.
So this is from 2015. I have a lot to say about that. We'll get to it. Most of my stuff is going to be post-commentary. I know you guys will have a lot to say. So for everyone out there, we're not going to do a full like commentary track of this. We're going to be watching it live, and then we'll just kind of pause it and talk about it. So if you're listening at home, it's going to kind of seem like we're jumping in, but we'll try to reference where we are in the show when we start talking. And then you at home, I'll put these links in the show notes, and then you can watch it first and then listen to us, and it'll all make sense.
I wrote some jokes.
Justin riff tracked this whole episode.
I'm going to do my best to not be too comedic, because honestly, the recut, they cut it down so much, they condense it, they cut that what they do, and like we'll talk about this as we go through it. That's the one reason why I wanted to do this, is because they cut out a lot of the long, ridiculous, like Shakespearean pauses and of him just kind of walking around like, we get it. He's insane. He's not seeing the world as it really is.
Yeah,
you're loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Yeah, was it?
And Des, the channel, have you seen it? You watch all the way to the end, right? And you've seen the channeling moment at the end.
God,
where
yes.
looks like he's holding sparklers in his pants.
Yes, yes, yes. It's so funny. This is referenced as a low budget short film.
No.
It's a pilot episode for sure. It's a failed pilot. So everyone out there, the reason this was made is because the production company, if you don't know it out there, with trademark, with properties, there's a clause when you sign a contract for property, a use it or lose it clause. And if you don't make a movie or something with it, then it's going to default. So they made this thing just so that they could hold on to the property.
So, like they said in the 40-year-old virgin, it is true. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Exactly. They were right.
It's true.
They were right.
Fair.
So I'm gonna see. Hopefully, this is kind of just a test run right now, just to see if it works. Don't waste your jokes yet, Justin.
God damn it.
My wife Ileana is so fat. How fat is she?
When she sits around the two rivers, she sits around the two rivers.
He's like, no, nobody. Okay,
No?
let's go to the next
All
one.
Shit.
I couldn't even come up with a fucking stupid punchline. I'm laughing too hard at the first part.
Oh god.
My wife is so fat she makes Marin Alvear look like a petite woman.
So Jeremy, when you watched it the first time, were you like on a board somewhere that was talking about it, or were you just flipping through? Did you notice the commercials on TV or what?
No, I think I was looking up news. So the books were still coming out at that time in 2015.
No.
So
yeah, that was like when the last one came out, no? Like the last couple that Sanderson wrote.
I think the last one came out in 2016. I want to say.
That makes sense.
So I was still doing on, looking like when is the next book coming out and doing all that stuff. And, still, I don't know. I would look on like news sites and just try to find stuff. Sometimes it was like big news too.
Dude, it was Tor and now it's Dragonmount. There was always news on that.
Well, you know how I figured out, or I heard Robert Jordan died? I was watching like, what was that video game TV show or that channel? G4. I was watching G4.
No way.
Yeah, I was watching G4 and they were like, oh, Robert Jordan died. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Dude, you know how I figured out Robert Jordan died?
How's that?
You told me.
Oh, really? Was that how it was?
Yeah, I think you like texted me or called me or something. You're like, dude.
I do like to spread the word when people die. That's a weird thing about me, man.
Well, I think, and you were the one that told me, you're like, dude, he died, and then Brandon Sanderson's going to finish it. And I was like, who the fuck's Brandon Sanderson?
And I was like, I have no idea.
Hey, and well, no, this is going to be a couple weeks later. Well, whatever. Anybody who heard our ad on Geekverse and decided to come on over, thank you for joining the crew.
Yeah.
We definitely got a lot of people that wanted to check us out, and I hope you have checked us out and decided we're worth the listen and are hanging on. We're going to be, driving this train through the off season, trying to find weird shit to talk about, like unreleased Billy Zane mini movies about Wheel of Time.
Wonder if Billy Zane's got a sex tape.
I can't prove it's published, but he's got one.
If you're a hacker, let's go.
I think we need to start like offshoot podcasts too. Just like, okay, now we're going to watch Dead Calm and Sniper and just a scene in Zoolander where Billy Zane's in that. And
just anything, any minor connection we can make to Wheel of Time.
Jesus. Welcome to the Billy Zane podcast, everyone, where we celebrate all things Billy Zane.
If only.
All day, all Zane. All right, fuckers, we're going to do this. I'm not going to be able to see you while we're doing this, so just scream pause, and we'll talk. And we'll talk a lot at the end, too, so if there's anything that we somehow move through, we'll have plenty of time to discuss it. Yes.
Let's go.
Turns, and ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the age that gave it birth comes again. In one age, called the Age of Legends by some, an age yet to come, an age long past, an unspeakable evil was unleashed upon the world.
This is no Rosamund Pike.
I like how they're using the the symbols that they put at the top of the chapters though.
I actually really do like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about this.
It's also
Desmond's not reading the book, so he's not getting that. Those are like, remember I was telling you, like they use like kind of give you a hint on which chapter is the point of view. Oh, actually, can you pause it right now? So this wheel right here, and we'll get into this in the news episode. There is something that they got a picture of, and it's a wheel that looks a little bit like this, and it's got some straps on it. And I got some predictions on what that might be used for. But we're gonna see it in the news clip on the next episode. Motherfuckers.
A 7-spoked wheel, which is incredibly inefficient.
It is.
But for the purposes of our storytelling, absolutely adequate.
Exactly. Why would you make a 7-spoked wheel? Makes no sense.
Because it's a wheel of time.
7 ages, bro. This is going to be the 8th age, dude.
Well, just all you got to do is make it 8 ages.
Nah.
But then when this ages, it would have 9 spokes and it would be fucked up.
No, that's true. That's all right.
This is such a like foretelling of how like verbatim of a translation this is from book to show. They're just like, it's called Wheel of Time. Like if I can't believe there isn't a clock in the middle of this wheel. That's the only thing that would make it more on the fucking nose.
Pushed to the edge of defeat, the forces of light rallied behind the most powerful Aes Sedai.
Is this from
No, it's not from the book.
A book? This is just...
No, they don't even give you this much in the book. You're like, you start reading where Billy Zane and him start talking, you're like, who the fuck are these assholes? Where are they? What's going on? They have magic? Who's the dragon? Is there a dragon? What's going on with that fucking baby?
And what's an Aes Sedai?
That's how Billy Zane says magic.
There are, I think, 16 producers on this show.
Oh my gosh. Well, Billy Zane's one of them, though. That's all that matters.
One of the many. The more producers you have, the more cooks you have in the kitchen.
This one could have used a couple more cooks.
Oh, shit.
And just some seasoning.
Or just, maybe a slightly, I don't know, a larger location instead of like the 600 square feet they shot it in.
This was shot at someone's house. Like someone owed him a favor. Like, hey, can we use your mansion for the weekend?
Yeah, seriously. You have an Italian villa, right?
Ileana!
So, do we think that this is the Tamilrin Palace?
No, this is his house, dude. It's his
This
house.
is just where Lews Therin's residence.
Yeah, it's where he kills everybody who has a drop of his blood. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what I'm saying, but do we think he resides, like, that his quarters are in the Tamilrin Palace? Like, a king has his own...
You think it's like the White House?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it because I guess he doesn't wear the Ring of Tamilrin anymore, so he's probably at his house now, I suppose. His family wouldn't be at his job.
So does the story, do the books ever loop back around to before the prologue?
No.
Or do we never get...
No.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, we've already gotten more backstory from Lews Therin.
Yeah.
Well, that's not entirely true because you get some of Lews Therin's backstory through the Forsaken, through Rand's
Interactions.
conversations with Lews Therin, for lack of a better term, and stuff that just Rand kind of like, wow, I just know this.
But the one scene that we get at the very beginning of the book is the only scene where you're like actually see like what's going on.
Lews Therin,
like everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, everything else is just like people talking about what happened.
Yeah, references. Totally.
After watching the Johnny Depp trial, I think it's called hearsay. I'm pretty sure it's called hearsay.
She's shit in my bed, Your Honor.
Ileana, where are you, my love?
I'll tell you what, I don't have a problem with this dude's sweet suit.
Yeah.
That suit is awesome.
Those cuffs
And
are
it's too
so
big
dope.
a dress shirt with no cufflinks. And what are they in London in the 90s? What are they wearing?
It looks like Daniel Craig's James Bond went back to the 90s.
Fuck yeah.
100. We're gonna be late for church, dearie.
Did you hear when she said lose? It sounded like when Aunt Beru calls Luke. She's all Luke.
Oh.
It totally sounded just like that.
Oh, dude, it did.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, friend. Have you the voice? It will soon be time for the singing. And here all can take part. Ileana, we have a guest.
I'm Richard Dawson, and it's time to play the feud.
Remember, you light-blinded idiot. I will not have it end this way with you swaddled in unawareness.
Who are you?
Once I was known as Elin Morin Tedronai.
Betrayer of home.
He's all, when he said that on there, I was like, they cut it right before he went. He looked off camera and goes, Elin Morin Did I say that right? Elin Morin Tedronai?
Is that a fact, or are you just making a joke?
Hold on, should I do that again? No, it's good. We're good. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Because when
We're burning film, Billy. We're burning film.
Hey, look, man, we only got so many racks. Let's go. Lisa, I was like, do you want to watch this with me? She was like, well, not really, but I will. No, she wasn't. She was like, yeah. And she's like, it's supposed to be good. I'm like, no. When he says when she says his name, she just started busting up laughing. She's such a realist, you know.
Elin Moreland Pedronai?
She was just like, Tedra, what? Oh God! And when he starts saying Shaitan, she's like, shitting, Shaitan. Who's that?
Just go with it.
I had the captions on earlier when I was watching it, and that is fucking hilarious. I
said it's supposed to be Satan.
Like Shaitan is like, I don't even remember what it was. Like Shania. I think once it said Shania. Like it was just like just blind guesses from the computer. It's like, I don't know, words.
Ileana!
Well, I will say this though, on a serious note, all the dolls that are on the ground, I'm pretty sure are his family members, actually.
Oh.
He's starting to get a glimpse of, you know, what his house really looks like and what he really looks like. His clothes are torn and tattered. His beard has grown out for a few weeks. He's disheveled, you know. Right here, you're seeing it, you know.
Once you wore the ring of Tamerlane and sat on the high seat. Once you summoned the 9 rods of dominion. And now?
Hey, pause it.
I don't want to hear about all the rods you summoned.
What? 9 rods. Yeah. 9 rods in his ass like the tail of a peacock. What, Jeremy, what are the 9 rods of dominion, man?
Well, I think,
do you know?
So I think that those were used for like binding.
So do we think that the oath rod is like one of the remaining?
Yes, I believe that's true.
And then, do you think the one?
I think that's confirmed.
Okay. Do you think the fluted one that makes balefire is one of them?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I would imagine, I was thinking like 9. This is just like, I'm just thinking out of my ass. Oh, you know, that one is to bind, and then maybe like the balefire, and then there's probably one that helps with the world of dreams. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't think that he went into that. Like, I know that for sure, not for sure. From my memory, that the oath rod is one, because that's how they would. Because remember I can't remember, one of the Forsaken says they bind themselves like criminals about the Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
Binding, giving themselves the oaths. So that's what they would do with people like, broke the law. They're like, oh, you can't steal anymore because you just hold this rod and I'll channel into it. And you just say, I'm never going to steal again.
Say these words and then you can't.
You literally can't ever do it again.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So is each rod similar? Is it just an oath taker, or did each rod?
I don't think that he goes into what the other 8 are. Like they could all do the same thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I don't know.
Yeah, they could all do the same thing, or each one could do something different. If leave something in the comments, I guess, or get a hold of Fatty. But
yeah, hit us up on the Bird app and let me know, because I would love to discuss about that, because that's one of the things I really don't know about. I haven't done a deep dive. There's so many things in this that I know, and there's so much that's like, man, and when we do the podcast, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know. I have to look that up.
There's a lot that goes into the 16 books or whatever. Was it 16 books?
16 Most impressive. I think 15.
Okay, 15 with New Spring.
Well, I guess if you count New Spring, it's 16, I think.
Okay, yeah. So all the books and a lot of pages. I think I read somewhere there was like tens of thousands of characters, over 10,000 characters, named characters.
What the fuck? Named characters?
10,000 named characters.
Dude, I'm so like, I'm just getting. I was kind of sitting here listening to you talk, and Jeremy, like, I'm so geeked up for some of the stuff that's gonna happen that I can't tell him about.
Oh, I know. How's
some
that
of the coolest shit.
You told him about everything, I thought.
No, dude. I've held back a lot. Fuck you. I know I'm a motor mouth, but I held back some shit. I'm trying to make it good.
And you don't even hear the stuff I cut out, too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
There'll be times when I'm like, I shouldn't say this. And like, I love the toilet flush dump. Never
mind.
You're gonna wonder what that was, fuckers.
And now for something completely different.
biggest problem? Ilyena sun hair, not Ilyena flame hair.
I noticed that myself.
She's supposed to have like white blonde hair, almost like him.
They mention it like 4 times in the prologue.
Her name is Ilyena Sunhair.
He even says it in this.
Yeah. And you know what you know how the old saying goes, right? Everybody else is playing checkers and Lews Therin is murdering his fucking family. Wait, that's not it? Did I get it wrong? Oh, okay. I'm fired?
Ilyena, forgive me. You cannot escape so easily, dragon. There's nowhere you can run where I cannot find you.
No more running.
Oh, I forgot about this part right here at the end until I watched it again today. And then I was all, oh, I forgot how bad this is. How stupid this is.
God, I know. Oh, God, I hate this so much, dude.
You ruin.
Yeah, we could just skip this part, actually.
Oh no, we're living through this.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go punch my dick while this happens. This so does not do it justice.
Yes.
Because what really happened, obviously, Des, you know what really happens right here, right?
Yeah. This is what happens when your first cut comes in at 19 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
He's just like, fucking make it work. Slow-mo it. Cut back and forth. I don't care.
Guys, we still have to come in over 21 minutes. Slow it down. Walk up the stairs slower.
People are not buying ads for this. There is still 3 minutes left.
Dragon, it will not be done until the end of time.
And the shadow fell upon the land, and the world was riven stone from stone. The oceans fled, and the mountains were swallowed up, and the nations were scattered to the 8 corners of the world. The moon was as blood, and the sun was as ashes. The seas boiled, and the living envied the dead. All was shattered, and all but memory lost, and one memory above all others, of him who brought the shadow and the breaking of the world, and him they named Dragon. And it comes to pass in those days, as it had come before and would come again, that the dark lay heavy on the land and weighed down the hearts of men, and hope died. And men cried out to the Creator, saying, O light of the heavens, light of the world, let the promised one be born of the mountain, according to the prophecies, as he was in ages past, and will be in ages to come. Let the arm of the Lord of the dawn shelter us from the dark, and the great sword of justice defend us.
So this was FXX, right?
It was on FXX.
That's what I mean. I thought this aired on FXX.
No, but it wasn't an actual show. It was basically they bought time, like what are those shows that they put on, late at night, like a infomercial. It's basically that's what they did.
Oh, really?
They just bought time. Yes, that's why they played it like 1:30 in the morning.
Did it air only one time?
As far as I know, yes, it only aired one time.
That's fantastic. And it doesn't have, and you know what? I noticed that some of the people who worked on it do work on the Amazon show, though.
What?
The Mandragoran guy. There's a Mandragoran name in the comments. He works on the show.
So Red Eagle owned it, owned the rights to, I think they owned the rights to everything, right? Like, I think they did the comic book too.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and so they had the comic book, the TV show, and if they ever wanted to do a movie, I think they had all of that. So maybe they sold that to Amazon.
Whoa. Comic book?
Yeah, there's comic book.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's comic.
Is it just the same story?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think there's a comic book of New Spring. Now I'm totally talking about stuff I have no idea about, but I'm almost positive there's a comic book about New Spring for sure. Everything else I have no, but I've just seen it, online. I haven't really haven't been in a comic. You might find this hard to believe. Haven't been in a comic book shop in a while.
That's what's funny is that I never picked up a fucking comic book ever until this guy handed me the Death of Superman stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and
right.
I started reading that, and that was pretty good.
That's when I got into reading comic books. I was like, they're killing off Superman? What? I guess I got to read comic
What
books
the
now.
shit is this shit?
Yeah.
And then I got away from it, but I started when I first started in on The Walking Dead. I got like the first couple compendiums. I read them all the way up until spoiler alert.
So before we get too far away from it, I do want to just have a quick moment of silence for James Seda, or known in the world as Seda. The director of this died like a month or two after this aired.
Really?
And
The Winter Dragon?
yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah, he passed away, and he didn't do that much, but he was like when he was working on this, he was like tweeting a lot. He was like really excited to like be doing, you know, something with real actors and all that stuff. And it's just
Get Billy Zane in your project. That's going to fire you up.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he tweeted a lot about that. And yeah, it was just kind of he just had a car accident. But I think he did get to see this air, so I think he saw a moment, but unfortunately we don't get to see what James Seda has done since this, because unfortunately he hasn't done anything. So a moment of silence for James Seda. Thanks for bringing this to us. You know, I mean, if he was still around, I wouldn't be surprised if he popped up and directed an episode or two of The Wheel of Time, but he never got the chance. So sorry to bring it down. I just thought it was worth mentioning. And like, so just looking at the credits, like, yeah, it was, I think I mentioned everything. Way too many fucking producers, you know. But the one thing, and I think this is even for both cuts, I can't believe, I mean, maybe I can believe it now that I'm going to say it. Because I think he already knew this wasn't going to be a series. I think he knew he was doing this one episode. So maybe that's a reason why he didn't do it. But if this had ended with even some bad graphics of him traveling and raising the mountain in his place, like would have made this 10,000 times better.
Dude, man, you don't even have to have bad graphics. Let me set the scene for you. He goes to walk through like the doorway to exit the room. He makes a motion with his hand. It gets exceptionally bright.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have a graphic line there. It gets exceptionally bright. He steps through, disappears. He's suddenly in the desert or wherever he ends up. And then you just see him like, "Arr!" And then cut take to some volcano.
Yep.
Done.
You can have even more bad lightning and it fades into a mountain.
Smash cut, done.
Yeah.
This was the scene, Des, that I wanted to see at the beginning of the show. This is how I wanted it to start off, because it's the confusion. It's setting up like from the very beginning. Okay, this is not where our story. This is where our story starts, but it's also like not where our story starts.
It's where it ends. It's the wheel. It comes all the way back around.
Exactly.
Because it ends, you know, with him right face to face with Ishmael again, you know. But
it's such a great beginning, like if you would have done it correctly, because it's in reality it's only like
I think we're gonna get a cold open at some point, and I'm really hoping they get a cold open that does that scene justice.
Yes, I agree. I think you're gonna get it.
Because you could do it in a 5-minute cold open, shorten the dialogue a little bit, and get the bullet points.
You don't have to shorten the dialogue.
I guess you really don't have to. It's not very long.
It's really not. It's really short. Yeah, but you need to show like what happens, like him losing it, him going to out in the middle of the field or whatever, bringing the power down, causing the volcano, and then splitting the river so that the tower is the island where the tower is going to be is there.
Now, what if they go off the rails a little bit? They do a whole episode and they do kind of a montage of what they think or what we've learned through story happened up. And so we still see this scene, but it's at the end of the episode where we see.
So you see like the whole, like him going to try to.
So you see the attack on Shale Ghul.
Yeah.
And then kind of like a little montage, like you're saying, of men going mad to different degrees. Oh, I'm starting to hear voices. Oh, I just killed my wife because she startled me, you know, and
I wouldn't hate that.
You know, yes. No, I wouldn't either. I think that'd be great.
That'd be an interesting little episode, yeah, to like have like in the middle of a season or something, just like, whoa, who are all these people?
Yeah, it'd be a good one too. Like say that they have to, have the main crew somewhere else and filming something else, and they can film something completely different with different, all actors that will probably never be in the series again.
Yeah, and you're right. Compared to all the traveling they usually, they could just kind of like they could, well, no, you're right, with actors that aren't on the set all the time. I was like, they could be filming this as they go when they hop location to location, but they couldn't. But if they do keep it, like maybe they still keep it like a nice long chunk, but keep it, in this building, like that'd be a good way for them to save money after globetrotting for 2 seasons. Like we're just gonna, like a sitcom, we're gonna do this whole thing inside this Chinese restaurant.
Well, and yeah, dude, we'll get into that in the next episode because they talk about, we should just watch that video and react to it, I think, because it's,
yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of shit that, finally some news,
Yeah, and this is going awesome. I definitely have to be done by 9. So
well, hurry up, bitch.
All right.
You have to be done by 9. Well, we're not gonna do 2.
No, we're not gonna do 2. Sorry, I thought that was well, because I knew it was gonna be a long one with Jeremy and talking about this. I knew we were gonna do one long one. I wasn't prepared to do a 3-hour record session. So sorry I didn't make that explicit.
All right, well, let's go so we can cram the news into this one. Let's go. Come on. And now, Winter Dragon, the Dusty Wheel recut. Well, and I want to give credit where credit is due. I believe one of the first guys I ever saw, and he's awesome. He does a lot of comparison videos. He does battle breakdown videos. His name is Nablus. He's pretty excellent, and he's definitely up there as far as like nerdism, as far as like how much he loves it. But he's really great, and he's a part of these guys, the Dusty Wheel, and they have a podcast. And I think him and the Taviran Tavern people. He's involved with a lot of the people who content create, and he's a pretty cool guy. He responds to stuff, and so shout out to Nablus, shout out to the Dusty Wheel people, because you guys kick ass. You were some of the first content creators that I watched when I didn't have any more Wheel of Time books to read, and then now this is out, so yay.
Winter Dragon, Dusty Wheel cut.
So much better than the original.
It's amazing what a little editing can do, right? Right, Des?
Dude, seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a fucking huge idiot, and he makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Ileana!
You can't catch me.
They cut out like 15 Ileanas.
Yeah, and well, it's a lot darker too. Even the parts where he's not crazy, it's still darker. Well, so they darkened up this part, and then I feel like they lightened up the other part. Not a lot, but just enough to make it more.
They cut out some of his bad acting too. Billy's. Billy didn't do good on that take. We're just gonna cut it.
This is so direct and to the point.
It's so much better.
I always think I missed something with the long one, but you can't help but just veer off and not pay attention.
I know, right? Talk
to
about
the original cut.
Serve you. For 10 years. Betrayal. 10 years your foul master, Shaitan, has wrecked the world.
10 years? You and I have fought battles for 1,000 years upon the turning of the wheel, 1,000 times 1,000, and we will fight again until time dies and the shadow is victorious.
Des likes that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, listeners, if you can't see
He's mouthing it.
Desmond is reciting it and shaking his finger and fist in the air.
This is going to be the monologue I take to auditions now.
Very dramatic, sir. I'll be reading Billy Zane's monologue from Winter Dragon. What the fuck is that?
What? Who's Billy Zane?
Who the fuck is Billy Zane?
How dare you, sir?
Billy Zane, one of the greatest actors of all time.
Some ask why. I ask, why wasn't it Billy Zane?
He could play Mazrim Taim.
He could play Batman.
Actually, his nose isn't hooked enough.
Mazrim Time's supposed to be younger, too. I like your idea. Make him a Gleeman.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They just go into a tavern somewhere and he's on stage literally reciting the prophecies of the dragon. All like, dude, I would love the curly hair and the shirt like St. Crispin's Day. And it would be, oh my God. Like, Tom could be like, this is the worst fucking Gleeman I've ever seen. This guy's a clown. He definitely doesn't play the harp.
He can only juggle 2 balls at a time.
Not made for a sheep herder's clumsy fingers or Billy Zane's.
You will serve Shaitan either by your choice or his command.
Ileana, forgive me.
This is good too. This is different. I like it. And I like that they completely cut the knife and the walking up the stairs all stupidly.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
I mentioned this even before I watched it, or I had seen just a little bit of it. Like, if this comes out in 2005, I'm like, all right, they were trying something. You know, it didn't work out, but whatever. The fact that this came out in 2015 just upsets me. Like, we're just better.
This came out after Heroes.
Oh God, yeah.
This came out after a lot of the X-Men movies.
The aforementioned Smallville.
Half of the MCU.
Yeah, and it's like that weak ass story is the best you guys can come up with.
More paper, less cocaine.
No, I still love it. I mean, I love all things Wheel of Time. Yeah, they spent their budget on Blow, obviously.
Clearly.
Probably some hookers. I don't know. Billy Zane. I hear stories. No, I'm just
How
kidding.
dare you, sir?
That was a joke.
Don't you besmirch the name of Billy Zane.
Allegedly.
So yeah, I don't know if we have any. I'm not wrapping up the whole show, but I just want to wrap up
this part. Get to news. Yeah, so this is the obligatory Winter Dragon. Yeah.
Yes. So this is all canon. It's all canon.
Hit the links in the show notes so you can watch the cuts we watched. There's probably a couple other cuts out there. They're must watch. I mean, if you've seen them more than once, you can't help but poke even more and more holes in it, as we just did. But if you're a fan of Wheel of Time and the show and the series, it's a must check out.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Some things are so bad they're good. This is not one of those things.
This is why you don't use the book as the screenplay, people. You take your ideas from the book.
The books are the
best. But it would have been like, I guess if it's done well, and I think here's why they could have gotten away with it with the new Wheel of Time series, because they dropped 3 in a row. I think if you decide to start this new series with this episode or an episode like this, you can't wait a week and hope people come back. Like, if you just have this, like, who the fuck are these people? What are they talking about? What are all these words? Why is there a mountain in place of this dude? Fuck it, I'm out. But if you drop 3 in a row and someone can watch the first episode and go, I don't know what's going on, but it was well produced. Let me hit play on the second one. And then you start where
yeah, because you got to look at the time. That's like a third of a fucking episode. Let's watch the first 20 minutes of the first episode, and it's
No, yeah, but that should have been a 5-minute segment or 2-minute segment. I know.
I agree.
That. There's no it should have been the first 2 minutes of an episode. It could have replaced the scene where they're chasing the guy who thinks he's running with 2 people, and then they.
Oh, that's right. They do have a dumb little prologue, don't they?
Yes, and you're like,
yeah,
you're like, Leandrin will be back, but nobody else is going to be back, and you don't ever see the guy that looks like a caveman ever again.
Yeah, you're right. The time is already there. They just went
with a different direction,
a weird direction with it.
Yeah,
I think they just decided to give you some actual story before they decided to confuse you with the baby.
They were gonna.
Desmond was locked in on that baby.
That was like 6 episodes later, man. Come on.
That's still all I think.
Yeah, you should have known what the fuck was going on with that baby by then.
I still don't get the fascination with the baby. You're like, what's up with the baby?
I didn't touch.
It's just because we've dug into it so much, I think. And he's like, I'm gonna catch something that's not there that he doesn't expect me to catch or something like that. And I'm like, maybe, but no.
It does. Sometimes a baby's just a baby.
That's what it is. Sometimes a baby's just a baby.
Season 4, I'm going to be a fucking genius for locking out of that goddamn baby.
Turns out the answer wasn't love. It was the baby.
It was the baby.
Which was made by love.
Give me some news. I've been in painful dad mode. My wife broke her ACL. My teenager, I had to go get my teenager from military school. He's a rising senior.
Hey, congratulations.
My first grader is a rising second grader, and he has leveled up like a motherfucker. And shit is just going down around. I had to take so one of those involved a huge road trip. So those are all my excuses. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm glad I'm here talking to you, but preparatorial wise.
Yeah, but you finished the first book, Des.
I did finish the first book.
Which is a monumental task in itself.
Oh yeah, you guys told my story. It took me like literally 2 years and 2 tries to finish the first book. So
really,
Huh?
maybe it's because you just like told me about it and I trusted you. Because my wife Lisa was asking me that. She was like, "Did you just like pick it up and you were just enthralled by this right away?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, like."
No, you know what? I told the story, Justin, and you had dropped off. It was when Des and I were talking, and I told him about the story because what it was is. I had bought the book in the summertime, and you know where we live out in the country. So I was like, I need a book to read. So I started reading this book, and then I was like, what? Only chicks could use the magic. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like tossed it. And then I was like, well, it was like the next summer. And I was like, well, I don't have anything to read and I'm super bored. So I started reading that book again. I was like, oh no, oh God, this book is great.
Yeah. Rand's a badass.
Dude, once the Trollocs showed up at Rand's house, and then
I didn't think I made it that
like,
far.
Really? I was like, once I got to that, I was like, cool.
Yeah, I think that's what caught me too.
And I was like, what's a fucking Trolloc? What is happening?
Yeah.
Drakkar Noir.
Yeah. Well, and then no, you know what? The first time when they're going to town and he sees the writer, and then he gets to town and he starts talking to Matt. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then it just fucking runs from there, you know. But God, I forget how long it is, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? In the time that he's listening to the book the first time, I have listened to The Eye of the World, The Great Hunt, half of The Dragon Reborn, and now I'm on the version of The Eye of the World that Rosamund Pike is reading.
Oh, cool.
Oh, is that any good?
And it's pretty good. It is good, dude. It's
I like her voice. Her voice is like she has a very good.
Dude, she does a lot of cool voices too.
Oh, does she really?
It's a very different feel than Kate reading and the other guy that reads it. It's like because they're very like you know, they don't do too many voices and they're very. I like some of the times I like theirs better, but some of the time like in the like I was listening to it to go to bed, and then there was like a battle scene, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like she was loud, you know, it was like very emotional. I was like, "We're all gonna die."
Is it only her? So she doesn't.
Yeah, so far it's on her. No, yeah, so far it's only her, and it's good, dude. It's really good.
Very cool. Give me some news.
Well, do you want to watch that clip or just?
Oh, we got a clip. We got another clip.
Yeah, I sent it to you. It's a YouTube thing, and we can kind of just fast forward to it and just bullet point it, so we're not all night but there's a lot. So I sent it to you. I thought.
Oh, yep. I got it.
Season 2 rap video and breakdown. All right, you ready to play stuff? Can you play it, Des?
Yep.
Cool. So again, I found this one the other day. This is a little shout out to Nabliss. He was one of the first videos I saw. He talks about something called JordanCon. This is the first year they're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's in Ohio, but it sounds fun. He's helped putting it on too, so.
Oh, I thought it already happened.
Yeah, it already happened.
Yeah, it alreed happened, yeah.
Yeah. Why couldn't this happen when we were like 17?
Yeah, no shit. Because then we wouldn't be married and have kids and good lives now.
Dude, just wait till next off season when we get to go there and have a booth. It's gonna happen, people. We're gonna do a live recording. Yeah, live recording JordanCon 2023. Catch it.
Yes.
What the fuck am I talking about?
Jesus. Redskins and Cowboys, catch it.
WatchSeries.com is reporting that actor Daniel Francis has been cast as Shan-Chan High Lord Turok. Now, if you recall, Turok is the man who oversees the Shan-Chan invasion force that invades at Falm, and he's also the Blade Master that Rand fights at the end of the Great Hunt.
Oh, sick. Because that means you're going to get the fight with Rand and Turok.
You have to.
Because there's no other reason to bring him in.
Well, no, this time, though, Nynaeve will do it, though, instead of Rand.
Was that a shot at the show?
That was a shot at the show. Nynaeve's going to do it. She's gonna link with somebody else, and they're going to form a blazing sword.
Do you remember the one time, like, I don't know, we were probably about, I think I was 12 or 13, you're probably 13 or 14. We're at my parents' house, and we started arguing about something. And we literally like got each other in headlocks and started punching each other, and then like looked at each other and just like made it down to the floor fighting, and then we just like started laughing hysterically.
I do remember that. Yeah, I do.
I have no idea what it was over. I think it was like we were trying to get sodas because we were outside playing wiffle ball or something stupid.
Here is where we get to some really interesting stuff. Here is a major scene filmed in the desert somewhere, and they're using a very peculiar looking wheel prop and a throne. There appears to be someone strapped to the wheel and the throne is facing it. And I have absolutely no idea what this might be for. And I can only speculate, as there's nothing in the books that mirrors this at all that I can think of.
Like most of the first season. Boom.
Mike, don't drop that mic. Jeremy, that's an expensive mic. Don't drop it.
I won't do it. No.
So glad I'm 2 states away from you, fucker.
The reason I think it could be a dream sequence is this appears to be the type of the thing that a Forsaken might do in a constructed dream sequence, like building a throne in the middle of nowhere in the desert, staring at a wheel with nobody else around. It just seems sort of surreal. So
that's a pretty good guess. That's a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
I truly have no idea of what this could be, but I'm certainly interested in finding out. It is interesting that they're making that, though, front and center in this advertising. It feels very similar to the way they were advertising the Waygate. And of course, that wasn't super important in the show, but it was something that I think that the showrunners thought was really cool and a nice design. So I think we could be seeing something like that here.
What about the guy who has to make this prop, Des? He's like, I'm going to need you to make a wheel. He's like, okay, no problem. Yeah, I can do that. No problem. He's like, it's got to have 7 spokes. He's like, what? Why would you make one with 7 spokes? It's in the book. Okay.
I'm just going to make a wheel and you just break one of the spokes. How about that? Oh, the Horn of Lear doesn't look like it would fit in the box they had in the first season either. So
true.
What are we talking about?
Wait, what happened? Oh no, everyone's frozen. Shit. Yeah, it's booting up right now. Nothing.
Oh, we did lose him.
Oh yeah, he's gone. You didn't know that?
No.
There he goes. He's back.
What happened? Why stop playing it?
Or is there one more? Is there anything at the very end that I should be holding out for? He's just
No, it's fine. They can go look at his shit. That's not the important part. I wanted to talk about the wheel thing. I dropped out.
I just want you to be the first to know, Fatty. I had no idea you were gone, so I love you.
Oh, that's great.
We can do
that
this
says
show
a lot
without
about
you.
my contribution. Did I just get fired? I'm fired? Okay. Fuck you boys. I'm out.
Fuck you. You're pretty cool. Fuck you.
I'm out.
All right, tell us about this inefficient
Well, I don't know.
wheel.
He said that I think the dude doing that video, Nablis, was saying that he feels like maybe it could be a dream sequence where Rand is feeling like he's attached to the wheel or whatever. That's a good guess. I think that maybe I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe instead of nailing the Madral to the barn door, if Padan Fain is in that one shot and he is there, maybe Padan Fain fucking, found a wagon wheel and strapped him to it and nailed him to it, and then, is sitting in some fucking wooden chair that looks like a throne, and maybe it's not as elaborate as all that.
It's definitely not a wagon wheel because it's incredibly inefficient. No one would make a 7-spoke. No one would make a 7-spoke wagon wheel. Makes no sense.
You don't know what these people would make. Oh, whoa, these people, whoa.
You don't know the physics of this universe.
Yeah.
What is it? What's a wagon wheel maker?
He's a guy who makes wagon wheels.
Tire guy.
That looks like... You guys watch Community?
Not enough, but I have.
Oh, never mind then. You wouldn't... You wouldn't get the joke. You should watch Community. That's all I got to say. Hey, let's do a podcast about Community, guys. They follow the books really well.
I hate you so much right now.
That's why it's so good.
That's why I brought up the fight in the kitchen, because it's going to happen again.
You're too far
I got
away.
bad knees and a bad elbow, but
all right,
God,
everybody.
no.
I have to edit this shit. So
All right.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Des.
Please, last words. And Jeremy, we're gonna have you back. Oh, see, can you hear that?
No.
He farted.
No, I have my outro, at a point where I shouldn't be recording anymore.
Oh.
And it's a reminder to me if I totally lose track of time and that starts playing. I'm like, all right, we got to wrap it up.
You should send that to Justin.
Okay. Get to the end of the video. Come on.
It's done.
We did it.
There's more news.
No, we finished it. What did you want to talk about?
Oh, you want it? No. I see what you're saying, Justin. No, we can.
There's 3 more minutes.
Yeah, he was just talking about how to get airfare to WatCon.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I missed the news part. They were talking about how maybe that there could be seeing the Falm at the end could be seeing Tyr. Fine, I'll shut up. I'll quit.
No.
Oh,
No, you're right.
We'll do it. We'll do it again for you. It's fine.
No. It's fine.
No, because this is when we're doing it. So yeah. When did you drop out?
Right there, pretty much. I guess that's it.
Dun dun dun. That's it. If you have some comments about this or some other clips that we should check out, hit us up at Wolf Brothers. Hit us up on Twitter at Wolf Brothers. God damn it! Hit us up on Twitter. We're Wolf Brothers at Parsed Ailment. That is at Parsed Ailment on Twitter. That's where you can find us. Send us some, send us your fucking thoughts. If you want to talk to us directly, you can also, send us clips, ideas, things we can talk about, any characters you think we should be taking some deep dives on. That is thankthelight@gmail.com. That is thankthelight@gmail.com.
And if you want the Highlander podcast, please hit Des up. And the Billy Zane podcast, please hit Justin up.
No. I don't want it.
I love it. Hey, you know what? I'm at the point now where if I get an audience that says, if you talk about this, I'll listen. I am fucking open to ideas, people.
Wouldn't it be great? Like all of a sudden, like
I can't. No. Same here, man. I can get stoned and talk about anything.
I would do a Sex in the City podcast if I knew the fucking audience was there.
Whoa!
I'll tell you what I won't do. I will
Giddy
not.
Up, Horseface.
I will not do a Smallville podcast. I watched that show one time, and I watched it from beginning to end, and I don't know why, but I'm not doing it again.
Methinks doth protest too much.
We're gonna do the new one. We're gonna do Superman and Lois.
Okay, all right.
That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, our so Justin and I. Oh, real quick, I'm gonna say goodbye. May you always find me. Holy shit! May you always find water and shade.
Peace favor your sword.
Come on, Jeremy, what you got?
Oh god, I gotta think of a catchphrase. Time to roll the dice.
I'm making up your call sign. Wheels have even spokes.
You would never make a 7-spoke wheel. It makes no point. No sense.
A schooner is a sailboat.
Idiot.
I am not average. I am not ordinary. I am a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. I am not perfect. No, that's imaginary. But I'm a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. And all my colors and paints, all my lines and my shapes, every move that I make, I am not basic. It's self-explanatory. I am a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. Just the way I like it. Yeah.
Oh wait, I screwed up this up. So first I go over and I'm gonna make myself tea, right? So
I shit my pants, and she walked by and said, "What's that smell?"
Hold on, let me tell my story.
Mixed and edited by Desmond McNeese for We Mixed It, LLC. Go to whatsoundsawesome.com.
Wait, what happened? Oh no, everyone's frozen. Shit.
What would that be?